have a little bit of a blurry screen. I think it's just still a crack in my lens. Here we are working on a 2019 Sea Doo GTX 230, and we're going to do the carbon seal replacement. If you take a look right there, you'll see the line. The line actually comes right here too, and underneath, you know, you can see more of the line there, and then of course on the other side. Let's see if I can get this oriented well for you. You can see, well, maybe you can't, but if it's on one side, it's on the other. You can see it really nice and clear there, right under the supercharger intake. This particular ski already has a lot of rust on the drive shaft. That can contribute to issues with the carbon seal, along with the alignment. If you're getting pitting or rusting on the what should be stainless steel hat, or this stainless steel ring, then naturally you'll have issues, you know, with your seating, and it'll cause premature wear or just wear period. So here I have the impeller tool, definitely a must-have. And what you do with this impeller tool is you get the back part of the tool, which is a lever or a lever, whatever you want to call it. You get it up against the cover, timing cover, or the supercharger. Just depends on the model of the ski you're working on here. So let me reorient that. Okay, so that's the bar there, and you can see the tool moving up against the steel ring, and then that leverages you so you can push it forward like such. I left the impeller on, so right now the impeller is still on, and then I pushed this hat forward to get to the C-clip. Now the C-clip is going to be on. Let's get on up in there. It's unfortunate because it's actually right up in there, but the rubber boot is in the way. See if I could slide around it here, which I can actually. And there should be, or there is, a ring or an indentation in the drive shaft where the C-clip sits. You'll notice it when you see it. If you're not sure, you've never done it, you'll know it when you see it. So that being the case, we can go ahead and get this ready. Like I mentioned, I leave the jet pump on, so I'll go ahead and take the final two screws off of this thing. Both nuts, final two nuts off of here. I'll let the washers fall onto the ride plate, which is actually like a heat exchanger for this as well. Let's get this pump off. A little bit of wiggling. Never hurt anybody. Let me use two hands here. Alright. Now from here, you'll just go ahead and pull this drive shaft right on it. Nobody said it was going to be easy, and there's different methods I use to actually get one that doesn't want to come like this. Let's see what I can do on the inside. I have a couple of tips and tricks that I use, but ultimately it just comes down to winning the battle. So let me go ahead and win this battle. Go. You heard that drop down, and then you can see where I sprayed lubricant on the drive shaft itself here. There's still some residue or lubricant up here. This is the part that goes inside the engine. That's the bumper. And here's the groove I was telling you about that the C-clip sits in. And the issue, or the reason why you have a lot of problems, is because you'll get rust up in this area here. And so the seat, the hat sits on here, the steel ring sits on here. The C-clip is covered up by the components. So this is a 2019 drive shaft already with for 2019 I would say this is significant rust, but you know, it is what it is. Make sure you take care of your equipment. You can see here a rust line, so this is gonna prohibit you from moving that stainless steel ring that butts up to the carbon seal or carbon ring. So the better you keep your equipment, the easier it is to work on. So we'll take a look at what we have going on here. So we have the steel hat. This is what it looked like after it came out. Let's see if we can shine it up some. It's just terrible. The cause for the carbon seal breakdown is the steel hat on this one. No doubt whatsoever. This is not an alignment issue at all. This is just a cheap ass part. You know, at the end of the day, you know, this is a cheap part. This steel hat is starting to rust, and I mean, those marks are not burn marks, you know, or just discoloration. That is rust. This thing is starting to pit. And so this is you know, I don't know the history of this ski. I'll talk to the owner and find out, you know, some more facts. But this, compared to other carbon seal seals that I've seen, this is a much larger steel ring or hat. It kind of looks like a hat from the side, right? So this is the steel or stainless steel portion of the seal, and it's significantly wider than most of the carbon seals I've seen. This is, you know, the ACE platform, so that could be common. The more I see, the more I'll know. I haven't had to do any carbon seals on these new ones yet, although the 19s have had significant issues. Looking at the face of the carbon seal, the carbon ring, I can see rust, significant rust on here. And other than that, it's pretty smooth. I do see a chip in the back side. I'm going to keep this video short before that dog comes up missing, because it's quite annoying. The inside looks alright. So, you know, the issue was the steel hat. And unfortunately, you know, this carbon seal has never been touched by the drive shaft. It is much larger. I did damage the carbon seal removing it, so I can't reuse the seal and just replace the hat. So in this case, we're going to get a new steel ring, a new carbon ring, and we'll reuse this bellow. The bellows do go bad. They do start to shrink over time, but I'm not going to change a bellow on a 2019 and 2021 riding season has barely begun. Really, it's only like 60 degrees out, so it hasn't even begun yet for those fair weather riders, that is. So we'll get this customer fixed up. We'll get everything put back on, and I'm not so sure this is OEM, but if it is, you know, it's shame on whoever. You know, the ski has, I think, 20 hours on it, and this shouldn't be happening. The owner can also do a better job at cleaning the ski, flushing it out. The more salt you get off of these skis, the better you are as well. So everybody has to play their part in you know, adding to the longevity of these skis. They're very nice. You just really have to do a good job at taking care of them. Once you put the new carbon seal on and everything is nice and tight, you're going to want to clean the lines off of your hole like I did here. I use a Starbright hull cleaner. As you can see, the lines are completely gone off of all areas of the hull. Oh, I think, is there some more right there? Let's see. Spray the hull and it kind of wipes it right off. I wipe it off. So that one was much thicker than what you see. Well, it's kind of dark out here. So let's see what I could do on that part of the hole. Let's get you the right angle here. Why am I struggling? Oh, it's the wrong way. Oh, shit. So as you can see, the line is now gone. So what you're gonna want to do, I got Starbright hull cleaner, and I sprayed the hull with the cleaner, and you can see the lines are gone over there. And then over here, what do we have? We have, let's see, I really can't get a good view of this side. It looks like the camera is reoriented.